Alrighty then. Welcome back to Beagle Eye Visions here. I'm going to take 5 minutes, kind of get settled in here. I'm kind of getting all my notes in order. I want to turn this heater fan off so it's not blowing in your guys' eardrums. And let me make sure that I am actually live, because sometimes YouTube doesn't always take it. Okay, we are live. I have my notes ready. So, a modern-day Chautauqua is a modern education movement. Chautauqua started in Chautauqua, New York, and I know that's not how you pronounce it in a minute. I like to add a little English on there, be a little extra. Chautauqua. Welcome back to Beagle Eye Visions. It's going to be a good episode. I don't know how long it's going to be. Maybe under an hour, maybe over an hour. We'll see. I don't have many notes. Unfortunately, I've been working like crazy because I have a credit card, so I'm building my credit, which is a stupid, arbitrary number, by the way, but I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. Been working a lot. Work today, so please understand that I am a human being. I will make brain farts. I'm going to be reading a paper talking about ICE, these freaking terrorists that are in our country, these immoral psychopaths running all over the country, and including in places where you don't need any immigration enforcement. They are enforcing in areas where they don't need to be, really. Why are they there? We're going to look into it. We're going to get into it. We're going to ask the important questions, as we always do here on Beagle Eye Visions. And, of course, we're in the tavern, right? Perfect place for a modern-day Chautauqua. Very excited. We have Freedom Under Natural Law coming in hot, coming in soon, coming in very soon. I'll talk more about that later before I tune out. And, like I said, I do have to work. I've been working like crazy. So after the Chautauqua, I might even mix this. I might go sail the seas, since I'm already live streaming. And since I am on the content creator crew of Sea of Thieves, they want me to live stream X amount of hours every month. So who knows? We'll see. Who knows what we'll get into? I got a couple of Irish crickets over here I'm ready to crack. Very excited. Very excited. Just had dinner, full belly, squirts roaming around, clacking around on the hardwood floor. Actually, speaking of, let me turn this fan off. Actually, and speaking of Squirt Dog, let me get him up on the couch so I know he's comfortable. I'll be right back. Squirt's getting old, man. He's the Beagle Eye captain. He's the captain of Beagle Eye Visions. He's the whole reason why we started it. All right, I'll be back. Come on. All right. So for this modern day Chautauqua, a student from a university in Ohio. I'm going to keep it anonymous because this student who wrote this paper is she's really intelligent for one, but she's like one of the most gorgeous people on the planet. So we're gonna, and she said, keep it anonymous. So I'm gonna do what she says. So we're gonna keep it anonymous. Student from Ohio. And her paper was really awesome. And I do want to mention before we get into the paper, she was in the class with, so her paper is obviously on ice. That's why the whole reason why I'm doing the Chautauqua today, because I was really inspired and moved by what she had wrote about. And this past month, she had performed, she gave this paper, she read it out loud in front of her class, and she also, me and this person are very good friends, and God, she's so gorgeous. Jesus, Bruce Lee Christ, I mean, golly, she is so gorgeous. But anyway, I'm gonna stay on topic. Like I said, I'm a human being. I will get distracted. Now I'm just brain farting, even just thinking about the color of her eyes. But Uh, excuse my Shatner-esque pauses, okay? This is not... Beagle Eye Visions does not use artificial intelligence. We use genuine intelligence. So her paper moved me and inspired me, and I said, I would love to read your paper on a modern-day Chautauqua. Let me do a little episode on it. Let me do a short little episode on your paper, and I got permission. Awesome. So shout out to that person. Freaking gorgeous torta. Oh yeah, a student in her class, we were talking, and she said that a student in her class did her paper on Taylor Swift. Now, I'm not going to say my thought, but, interesting. And, like, it's really interesting where you can go to college in 2025, and you have this person who is, you still have people putting people like Taylor Swift on a pedestal, basically. And it's weird. I think it's totally weird. Celebrity worship is really bizarre, especially because most people worship these celebrities. They've never met this celebrity in their life. And if they do meet the celebrity, they have to pay not only for a concert ticket, but you have to pay over 100 X amount of money for your concert ticket, and then a lot of times to get a VIP pass to get backstage and meet the artist, you have to pay even more money. And VIP passes are never cheap. I mean, you're dropping $150 bare minimum, and that's generous. That's really generous for a VIP pass nowadays. These concert tickets have gone so they're fucking out of control. Ticketmaster is out of control just as much as ICE is. I mean, Jesus. But, people are stupid, and they will pay for these tickets to go see Taylor Swift virtue signal, even though Taylor Swift is, if global warming does exist, Taylor Swift I'm pointing to her with all of her jet flights going back and forth all over the goddamn country in a private jet just to go see her little boy toy. I mean, it's a complete joke. Me as an individual, if I want to go see my girlfriend, right, even in one state over, if I want to go one state over to go see my girlfriend, if I want to take a plane, if I buy a plane ticket, we're looking at $450 round trip just to go one state over. I mean, what the hell? What is Taylor Swift paying to go see your boyfriend every time? On top of pollution and jet fuel, and I've never flown. I don't think I will ever fly, because I'm a rock star. But I also, I'd like to have I like to leave as small as a carbon footprint as I possibly can. So, flying is just stupid. Don't fly. It's so expensive. I mean, they are robbing us. There's so many ways that they're robbing us. They're robbing us through taxation. They're robbing us through, tax. You go buy a car, you're taxed. You go buy a candy bar, you're taxed. You're taxed. You go buy an ID for permission to drive, and you're paying tax. But let's get an Irish cricket before I start get my boomer rants on. But welcome to Beagle Eye Visions. Thank you so much if you're tuning in here, if you're hanging out with us, or if you're catching the live stream later. If you're a late night owl like me, I had to wake up super early, because normally I would have been doing this live stream at like midnight or something, my normal live stream hours. But I'm trying. Once I get this credit card paid off, I might be able to secure a steady schedule for live streaming. But, I work a job, so jobs don't give a shit if you live stream or if you have a YouTube channel or if you do a podcast every Sunday night. Shout out to Crazy Life Stories. Shout out to Matt Bennett. Freaking miss you, Matt Bennett. I love you, Matt Bennett. Can't wait to see you in March. But anyways, yeah. So I need to get to this paper, basically. All right, before we get in the paper, let me step outside, get a little stretch, do a little dance. We are at Morrow's Peak Outpost, and for those of you who don't know, I choose to use Sea of Thieves as my platform for the modern day Chautauqua. I don't have a good enough computer to do the work and the quality that I want to, so I just do this, and I'm still doing the work. And even if I've already done the same exact live stream and do it word for word, which is I'm a human being, that's never going to happen, right? Even though I do it word for word, when I upgrade my computer, I will go back and I will redo all of these Chautauquas, and it will be me talking in a camera with maybe get some editing in there, right? Get some nice graphics like Cubbyhole Podcast has, or like Freedom Under Natural Law. Have you guys been to their website? FreedomUnderNaturalLaw.com just updated their website this week while I was at work. Beautiful website. They keep updating it as we're getting closer to the Freedom Under Natural Law conference here near the end of February. Here in a couple weeks, it's coming in really hot. I'm very excited. I requested that off. I am not working those 2 days. I am waking up. I am getting on Sea of Thieves, and I am listening to Freedom Under Natural Law all day. There are certain presenters where, near the end of the day, I'll shut the game off and put the presenter on the big TV. That way everybody in the house, maybe even put it loud enough to where the neighbors can hear it, to where the order-following police cowards can hear it, to where these immoral, basically anybody who goes into office is an immoral scumbag. So hopefully loud enough for the immoral scumbags to hear it. I don't know. Maybe somebody will learn something. I heard Mark Passio say, even if you can change one person's mind to start studying objective morality and natural law, if you can get one person to study objective morality and natural law, then all of the work, all of the hours that you put into is worth it. And I agree with that. Absolutely. And same thing, like when I was a musician on tour with Blues and Corduroys, I played an open mic, and this was at a time where I was kind of just a roadie for most of these bands. I was roadieing around, traveling to Chicago, all over the Midwest, Chicago, Indianapolis, Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, traveling with all these bands, carrying their equipment in and out of the venues, literally getting my foot in the door. So when I was on tour with Blues and Corduroys, we did an open mic night. We did this open mic night at, I really wish I could remember the venue name because the venue is gorgeous. It's on the way to Skatopia in Rutland, Ohio. This venue, I think it was in Columbus, Ohio. Legends, actually. The venue was called Legends in Ohio. This is off the top of my head. Like I said, I woke up super early and I'm not a morning person. But we played Legends, and I got up there on stage. It was like, screw it, because we hit all these open mic nights on the way to Skatopia. We were booked. Blues and Corduroys was booked to headline Skatopia that weekend. So we left town Wednesday. They left Chicago, picked me up in northern Indiana, and then we hit like 4 or 5 open mic nights on the way to Ohio. So we stopped at Legends in Ohio. I got up. I was like, screw it. I don't care if I suck. I don't care if I sound bad. I need to start getting on that stage because that's something that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to get on stage in front of people and play some of the songs that have moved me throughout my life, whether it's a cover or, play some of the drunk songs that I wrote with some of my friends back on the dead end on Sarah Street. So I got up there, got my guitar. I didn't even have my own guitar. I borrowed Nick's guitar. I got up with an acoustic guitar. I played a few songs, and I get off on stage. I get down from the stage, and next thing I know, somebody else signed up for the open mic night. Some random person who was in the venue, he just happened to have a guitar in his car, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to get up on stage and do a couple songs too. There wasn't a whole lot of people in the venue. There was like 10, 12 people, including the staff, including the bartenders and the bar back. So there wasn't too many people in there. But this guy, we were walking out to our car to go keep going on tour to hit Skatopia, and this kid walks out of the building and he's like, dude, you inspired me. I saw you get up on stage, and for some reason it inspired him. It was so cool. And we had this moment outside. We shook hands, got a big-ass hug, and then hopefully that dude's still playing guitar on stage and open mic nights. I don't know where he went, but his guitar was gorgeous, too. I don't know why the hell it was just stashed in his car. But anyways, I'm falling asleep. That story was way too long. Okay, it's getting dark. We're going to head back into the tavern in front of the fire, get warm, get out of the elements, and then we're going to get into this this paper, because this paper is really good. And we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about these terrorists, because these guys are immoral psychopaths. Anybody who gets a job in government is an immoral psychopath, because government means to govern the mind, governmental, to govern the mental capacity of the individual. And if you think that leads to freedom, well, you're just dumb, son. You're a total fucking idiot. I'm sorry. Somebody's got to say it. You're a fucking idiot if you think that supporting government in any capacity is going to lead to freedom. Any capacity of freedom. You're just dumb. And you got a lot of books to read if you really think supporting the government, governmental, right? Governmental, mental control, to govern the mind. Governare mens mentes in Latin. You know, take it all the way back. That's the green language, the emerald language right there. What else? I mean, you could break down the word police, break down the word money, one I. Currency, current chi, current energy. But we're not here. We're here for ICE, even though they've been super quiet. I saw Minnesota started taking arms, as they should, as they have the right to do, you know. Or at least that's what it says in the Constitution, supposedly. You know what? Like what Terrence McKenna said. If life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness doesn't include experimenting with your own individual consciousness, then the Constitution isn't worth the hemp it was written on. You know, nice little Terrence McKenna quote. And I know there's a lot of, like Jay Dyer. He's, you know, he's like, I want to say he's a truth speaker, but like we'll use that in quotes. He's a, in quotes, truth speaker, because he's still, he's a total shill. He's a statist, you know, he's a statist shill. But these guys like Jay Dyer, they crap on guys like Terrence McKenna. I love Terrence McKenna's work. I love his chill delivery. I love what he has to say about, you know, psychedelics, which is a tool, you know, just like a gun. A gun can be used in an immoral fashion, or it could be used in a moral fashion in self-defense to farther protect liberty, right? A gun is a tool. That's all it is. It's you know, it's a tool that can be wielded by good people, and is a tool that can be wielded by bad people. You know, and I'm shaking my head in disgust that we have to describe this in 2026. You know, we used to teach gun classes in America. We used to be a proper country. We used to have rifle classes and hunting classes and shop classes, you know, carpenter classes where kids would go to high school and learn how to build a staircase, learn how to twiddle a little birdcase, twiddle a little a birdhouse out of a couple of sticks, you know. Take those classes out. We don't want any creativity in public education. No. Creativity, thinking for yourself, scratch that. Get it out of here. Put masks on these kids. This is a prison. This isn't a place for learning. This isn't a place for teaching freedom and morality and natural law. This is a place to indoctrinate children into communism. But anyways, enough with my boomer rants. I'm going to get to this paper. She doesn't have a title for it, so I'm just going to, I don't know. It's a paper on ICE written by a student in Ohio University. And before, I will say this, a little caveat. I was reading this before I started live streaming. This paper, this is not the final version. There's a lot of typos and stuff like that. So I probably will be stumbling and trying to figure out what she's trying to say during some of these sentences. But anyways, I love this paper. This paper is amazing, and ICE is completely immoral. And if you disagree, then why are you even here? You know. And if you disagree, put it in the comments. Like, you're tuning in the live stream. Put it in the comments below. Give me some engagement. Tell me why you think ice is good, and I will explain to you through natural law, and I will give you quotes, I will give you books to read, I will give you research, I will give you links, I will give you fucking websites, podcasts, I will give you all the information that you need to help you understand why ice is immoral. You know, this thing that happened with Renee Good, this thing that happened with Alex Preddy is absolutely fucking deplorable. And what happened to those two, and my heart goes out to their families, and this is not what fucking freedom is. This is not what this country was founded upon. These ideals go against freedom. They are immoral actions, and people need to be... these actions are not justified, and people need to be punished. They need to be held accountable for their immoral actions. And the fact that these people are still getting away with this shit after George Floyd and after Breonna Taylor, this is fucking deplorable. There's no fucking excuse for this shit. In Minnesota, there's no illegal people, like quote unquote illegal. Like, what is the term of an illegal person? What makes a person illegal, right? Because crossing an arbitrary, imaginary line does not make a person immoral or moral. It's just a line. When one person crosses a line, goes from one state to the other, one country to the other, it's just they didn't get permission from the politician to be there, and that was it. These people do not need to be thrown in cage. We are literally repeating history. We're repeating history, the same thing that happened in World War II. You are a Jew, you do not belong here, and because you do not belong here, if you don't have your papers, we're going to take you and throw you in a detainment camp. Concentration, call it whatever the hell you want. We're going to throw you in jail. We're going to throw you in a camp because we are the authority figures and we have power over you. And bullshit. No individual has power over any other individual. I've talked about this ad infinitum on this channel. Other people have talked about this ad infinitum. Mark Passio, they're going to be talking about it during Freedom Under Natural Law near the end of this month. They're going to be talking about it. How and why these people are immoral and why these actions are ridiculous. These actions are ridiculous. These actions are the actions of stupid, inbred hillbilly people who do not understand the definition of what a real right is. These people are so far away from understanding what real freedom is. But anyways, let's get back to the paper before I get kicked out of the tavern for inactivity. Actually, let me dance on the table here just so I don't get kicked out of the tavern for inactivity. You know, but still, these people are immoral and they need to be held accountable. It's disgusting. I'm going to grab these fucking greasy inbred hillbillies by the throat and ask, who the hell raised you? And then I want to ask their parents by the throat and ask them who the fuck raised them. Like, we got to find out what went wrong in the timeline. Like, who is the racist moron who think that this is okay? That you think that, oh, I can sign up for ICE. They're going to give me a $5,000 bonus to shoot a mom in the middle of a street as she's driving away. Or to shoot a nurse. This guy, Alex Preddy, is a nurse. I don't agree with veterans. You know, I've talked about that before. I don't agree with veterans. Veterans get lied to, right? They get lied to on a daily basis. That's a whole nother rabbit hole. But Alex Preddy is a nurse. He's on the front lines, dude. He's taking care of vets. He's taking care of people. I saw the video of Alex Preddy standing over a passed away veteran, and he was giving a phenomenal speech, by the way. And Alex Preddy died. This man lost his life. This man spent over 10 years in the medical industry helping individuals out, healing them and taking true care of them. And some fucking racist, inbred, jackass fucking hillbilly who doesn't even deserve the right to carry a gun, obviously, because he's too fucking stupid to be responsible for it, fucking shoots this guy in the face, shoots this nurse who is taking care of our veterans. And veterans are the people who need, like, they need care. You know, veterans and elderly need care. We need these nurses in those hospitals. You know, this guy's a fucking badass. Shot dead in the streets, caring for a woman. A woman who got hurt by these inbred hillbillies. It's a fucking joke. Anybody who supports these inbred hillbillies is probably an inbred hillbilly who, who probably doesn't read books, spend most of their time scrolling on fucking Facebook, you know, spend all their money going to see Taylor Swift and fucking hillbilly bands going to see fucking Kid Rock at the fucking Super Bowl preach about God, even though Kid Rock has songs talking about getting underage women, right? Yeah, the same guy who's singing about God and singing about underage women. Yeah, this guy's our uncle, Kid Rock. Yeah. Again, Kid Rock's an inbred hillbilly. Everybody who works for ICE is a bunch of inbred fucking hillbilly jackasses. I'm sick of this country's overran by inbred hillbillies. I don't understand it. It's a fucking epidemic. Okay, let's get to the... I think all my vitriol is out now. I mean, no, it's not. It's not. I'm always going to have vitriol of these dumb fucking inbred hillbillies who vote for other dumb inbred hillbillies. Oh, it's business. Orange man, good. Orange man, good. Blue, Biden, bad. Bad. Even though they're both pedophiles, right? Like, come on, man. Oh, my God. Just get in those... We just got to vote harder. Oh, it's going to be huge. You guys are never going to get me out of office. We're just going to vote harder. And if you don't vote for me, I'm going to destroy the Constitution because I am a spoiled child. Because I am a spoiled inbred child who uses too much tan. I go tan because I'm so handsome with my golden hair, and I shit on golden toilets while everybody who voted for me shits has windows with broken houses. Or houses with broken windows. It's gonna be huge. Fucking inbred hill. God, get me in the fucking ring with that asshole. Please. God, I'd fucking wreck that. I'd fucking knock his teeth out. Okay, back to the page. All right. Here is the paper from an amazing student out of Ohio University talking about these domestic terrorists. Or, I don't... Is it domestic? Is that the proper word? I don't know. Let me hit this government cock real quick, because I had to get all that. I'm still fucking... God, these people make me sick. Can't wait for freedom under natural law. Alright. Loving this music, by the way. Freaking love Sea of Thieves. Wish I had more time to play. Okay, here's the paper. I have been following up on ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement. ICE was officially created in 2003. Oh, and before I continue, this is obviously not a part of the paper. Another caveat is I didn't research this. I didn't, I didn't do my due diligence on this paper. I didn't fact check it like I wanted to. Kind of ran out of time, ran out of energy. So I'm just going to read it and probably go sink some skelly ships. Ooh, excuse me. So ICE was officially created in 2003. That's so recent. The goal was securing the, in quotes, interior of the country, combining the police and investigators. For 2 decades, ICE has grown from a small security to a huge force. This all started to happen back when we had terrorist attacks back in September 11th. From 2003 to 2008, their main focus was on counterterrorism, meaning strategies and tactics used by governments to destroy terrorist networks and prevent any attacks from happening. Which, 9/11, that's a whole nother rabbit hole. If you don't know about 9/11, please do your research. If you think that 9/11 is just some happenstance, accidental terrorist attack, again, you're probably some inbred hillbilly who doesn't read enough books. You need to read more books. If you think 9/11 was a terrorist attack, yeah, I'm sorry, you're an idiot. And I'm sorry nobody else has said that to your face. Get out of your echo chamber and start hanging out with people outside of your normal circle. Your normal inbred hillbilly circle, right? Sometimes it's not always good to keep it in the family. Maybe step outside of the family every now and again. Moving forward, Oh, wait, hold on. From 2009 to 2016, they recorded 2.4 million people deported from 2009 to 2016. That is insane. That means 2.4 million people were deemed immoral people because they crossed some arbitrary line that some politicians drew in the fucking sand. So fucking... I'm trying not to cuss and like get angry, but, you know. Makes me think of Larkin Rose, dude. Shout out to Larkin Rose. Was on counterterrorism from 2019. 2.4 million. That number is insane. Moving forward, 2018 to 2020, the Abolish ICE movement was created. This was a powerful movement. People speaking out and even protesting against ICE. Many families were separated, and still to this day are still being separated. It makes me sick. In the beginning, ICE was just to monitor any threat to the USA, but instead has caused issues over time. Their policies have changed dramatically. ICE no longer targets just criminals, but undocumented human beings. Undocumented. Again, yeah, you don't have permission from you don't have permission for this politician to be in this area. According to natural law, under natural law, we are all beings of this earth. If you were born on this planet, you are meant to be here, regardless of location, regardless of your time period, regardless of all of that. You are a natural person. You are a natural human being, individual that was born of this planet. You belong here. You know, I'm so sick of these arbitrary, stupid lines. The lines in the sand. Their policies have changed dramatically over time. ICE no longer targets just criminals, but undocumented humans. Their surveillance has advanced, tracking people more effectively than in the past. Now, I just want to say, like, I was talking about this on the last Chautauqua, about how government surveillance, like, yeah, they're listening to us, they're tracking us. You know, you can't even go to work. If you have a job in retail or, you know, Dollar General, Walgreens, CVS, Taco Bell, Burger King, if you have a job and you post about your job on social media without permission from your authority figures or your white coats, however you want to look at it, your white coat authority figures, you can lose your fucking job. Like, it is a fact. People have lost their job at Taco Bell for just recording on the clock. And like, this is how the surveillance and the Big Brother surveillance state farthers the control. And it's all for, you know, it's for your protection. It's so we can protect you from terrorists. No, it's so they can be omniscient and omnipotent. I'm going to end up losing my spot. So what is omniscient and omnipotent? Because a lot of people are too fucking stupid to open up a fucking book, especially a dictionary. So a lot of people are too stupid to know what omnipotent or omniscient even fucking means. So let's, since this is a modern education movement, you know, modern day Chautauqua, the government wants to be omnipotent. What is the definition? Having unlimited power, able to do anything. The example sentence is, God is described as omnipotent and benevolent. This is exactly what the government wants. The government wants to be omnipotent. They want to be like God. All these men, all these quote-unquote men, actually, sorry excuse of a men, all these police officers, they want that control. The government wants that control. These are immoral people. You know, them tracking you, this is not freedom. I don't know who needs to hear this, but, you know, you're having a cell phone track you and listen to you 24/7 is not freedom. So omniscient is knowing everything. It's an adjective. All-knowing, all-wise, all-seeing. Early 17th century from medieval Latin, omniscient, all-knowing, based on S-C-I-R-E, sire, based on I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, sire. Based on that SCIRE, meaning to know everything. Government wants to be omniscient and omnipotent. And they're steadfast moving towards that goal. Okay. I keep burping because I had freaking dinner. Oh, excuse me. Like I said, I'm only a human being. Sorry. Excuse me. Please forgive me. So yeah, Big Brother, read 1984. Amazing allegory. This is how it's an allegory about what will happen if we let government walk all over us. If we do not stand by the amendments, right? The First Amendment, the Second Amendment, to stand by the Constitution. If we don't understand our rights, how can we protect our rights? If we don't understand what freedom is, how can we protect it? You can't. It's impossible. But anyways, let's get back to the paper. Their surveillance has advanced tracking people more effectively than in the past. Giving the history, ICE is not any longer, there's no longer a security, but a form of social control and corporate profit. This student, fuck yeah. Oh my God, nailed it. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Given the history of ICE is no longer a security, but a form of social control and corporate profit. It is a massive expansion over the years. Our tax dollars are going towards these private companies. We are paying for the beds that immigrants are sleeping in, surrounded by a fence around them. ICE, in the beginning, was a way to keep the country safe after a 9/11 attack. Yeah. Virtue signaling, yeah. ICE is a way to stop the terrorist. It instead grew into a massive system that tracks people and detains people. These detention centers are overcrowded. They lack basic hygiene products. Yeah, I just saw a news article the other day. It was while I was at work, so South Bend Tribune. I should have looked at these. There are so many people getting sick in these detainment camps. And these detainment camps have children. They have teenagers. They have parents. They have elderly people. What are they doing to combat these, why are all these people getting sick? What are the conditions of these detainment camps where people are out, people are getting sick and having fevers and they're throwing up and having nausea? We are literally repeating history. Those who do not study history are doomed to repeat it, and we are repeating it for sure. Well, like George Carlin says, we might be calling it something different. You know how PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome, or shell shock, right? Shell shock, 2 words, got the point across. Shell shock. This guy went to war, and he came back home. He's got shell shock, and then that graduated to post-traumatic stress syndrome or post-traumatic stress disorder. A lot more syllables, and it doesn't. It's kind of confusing and this is how language changes. This is why Cubbyhole Podcast and many other podcasts talk about green language and etymology, the study of the origins of words, of where these words come from. Again, you'd have to open a book to start reading. Welcome to Beagle Eye Visions. Read a book. ICE in the beginning was a way to counter terrorism, instead grew into massive... these detention centers are overcrowded. They lack basic hygiene products. Reports of being denied medication. Violent assaults occur in these detention centers as well. ICE has moved from the original reason it was created to a big, massive control over the years, and just, it's for gaining profits. For example, Core Civic and GEO Group, are the 2 primary industries. They are profiting over 80% of people in ICE custody. In 2026, there is a massive amount of people that do disagree with the entire ICE system, and the public is in range. Oh, okay, it's kind of a confusing sentence there. Tens and thousands have marched and are protesting in these following cities: Minneapolis, New York City, Los Angeles, Portland. I'm in South Bend, Indiana. We had a candle vigil held for Renee Good. There's a lot of people coming together, but at the same time, a lot of these people coming together are the same people who support government, who support these immoral institutions like the police, like ICE. You know, they'll go. The same white people who go to the candle vigil are the same people who will go to the go to the cop meeting where the cops are giving out free pizza and oh, you guys are so good. We need you guys. Back the blue, back the blue, back the blue. You know, shout out to Acton's Dictum, an amazing punk rock band who talks about that. They have an amazing song talking about back the blue, back the blue. Freaking love that song. They are profiting over 80% of people in ICE custody in 2026 within the entire ICE system. The public is enraged. Tens and thousands have marched and are protesting in these following cities, including Minneapolis, New York City, Los Angeles, Portland. People are refusing to work to protest at these ICE raids. Oh yeah, another news article that I saw is a local school over here where I'm from, Penn High School. They had a student walk where the students left school at about around 2:15, 2 o'clock, and the students left school. They said, we're not funding this. You guys should be funding education. Stop funding these terrorists going out shooting moms in the face because the mom was driving away while she was recording. She didn't have a gun in her car. She didn't have a gun in her car. She was approached by 4 grown-ass men with loaded weapons. And she lost her life over it. Absolutely. It's ridiculous. The founding fathers are rolling over in their graves. But yeah, so Penn High School students had a walkout. That was awesome. That kind of made me happy. Even though they should have walked out for the entire school day. These guys walked out at like 2 o'clock. I don't know when school ends nowadays. But when I was in school, school ended at 3:15. So if these kids walked out at 2:50 and they only walked out an hour early, like, come on, man. If you're going to make a statement, make a fucking statement. Like, skip the whole day, right? Like, if you're going to take X amount of time off, just take the whole day off. Man, these half-ass protesters. But anyway, it's still kind of cool. I respect it. Groups are forming together to spread the word that people should not open their doors for ICE without a judicial warrant. Yeah, don't even open your door. If you see these order-following cowards come to your door, don't even open it. Show your warrant on my glass door, and I will unlock the door. Otherwise, you better break that shit, and you break the door down. I'm fucking retaliating. Fuck you. They are profiting over 80% of people. Wait, hold on. In 2026, there's massive ICE public raids. Tens of thousands of march and are protesting these following cities. People are refusing to work and protesting these ICE raids. Groups are forming together to spread the word that people should not open the doors without ICE without a judicial warrant. United We Dream are providing legal services for the release of those that are being held in detention centers. And that looks like that's the end of the paper. So thank you so much if you made it this far. I really appreciate it. Let's talk about freedom under natural law, because it's coming up. And instead of... Actually, let me go hang out with the bartender here. Hey, what up, Chica? Looking good. Looking good. You working hard or hardly working? Because you've been leaning on that bar for about 4 hours now. No. Freedom under natural law. I think I'm going to end the stream, make it what are we at right here? Yeah, we're under an hour, so I'll end the stream there, and I'll go stream over on Twitch. I'll stream Sea of Thieves on Twitch, because Twitch, for the Sea of Thieves content creator crew, for some reason, when you live stream on Twitch, that's how you get your hours in, so you can stay on the creator crew. For some reason, whenever I stream on YouTube, it does not count towards my creator crew live stream hours, which really frustrates me. But anyways, freedom. I'm typing in search engine freedom under natural law. Okay, let me read this. This is really interesting right here. Copilot search from is what, Google? Even though I'm using Bing as a search engine. This is, okay, so this is AI, so I'm going to read this out. Freedom under natural law refers to the inherent rights. Okay, I like where this is going. Refers to the inherent rights, meaning, like I said earlier, if you were born on this planet, you are born with a set of inherent rights. Inherent, actually, before I get into this. What is the definition of inherent? Oh, why'd the song end? The definition of inherent, adjective. Wow, I'm tired. Existing in something as a permanent, essential, or what does that say? Characteristic tribute. We shall sail together. Freaking love that song. Okay, so back to the co-pilot AI. Freedom under natural law refers to the inherent rights and liberties that individuals possess by the virtue of being human. I love it. Hell yeah. By virtue of being human, independent of government or societal recognition. That part. Understanding natural law. Natural law is a philosophical theory that posits certain rights are inherent to human beings and are discoverable through reason. These rights are considered fundamental and inalienable, originating from nature itself, rather than man-made laws, rather than man-made authority. You know, it always, whenever I hear the word authority, I think of fat, obese, greasy Cartman from South Park. You know, respect my authority. That's about the gist of these order-following inbred hillbillies that I was talking about earlier. But I'm going to do my best not to get angry, and I'm going to stay calm and stick to the information. Remember Larkin Rose. What would Larkin Rose do, Henry? These rights are considered fundamental and inalienable, originating from nature itself rather than from man-made laws or authority. I just have to add that, or authority, because I fucking hate authority. I'm not some edgy edgelord, fucking cringy teen shouting anarchy in the streets, okay? I do not like authority because it leads to evil. The concept emphasizes that freedom is a birthright encompassing the liberty to act according to one's own will, provided it does not infringe upon the rights of others. And what are the rights of others? The golden rule: do unto others as you would have done unto you. I wanted to add more on that, but my brain farted. So, key principles of freedom under natural law. Inherent rights. Number 1, inherent rights. Principles. The etymology, the emerald language, the etymological definition of... Oh, I lost it. Dang it, I brain farted again. Okay, so sorry. Inherent rights. Individuals possess certain rights simply by being human. These rights are not granted by any authority and cannot be taken away. Number 2, principle. Yeah, okay, so the etymology in green language, emerald language of principle is principare, I think, off the top of my head, I'm not sure. It means first things first, right? And first things first are rights. Or maybe I'm just a blue-blooded American. I don't freaking know. Number 2, autonomy. Natural law emphasizes individual autonomy, allowing people to make choices based on their rationality and conscience, free from coercion, which coercion is immoral. It's immoral. Number 3, moral responsibility. While individuals have rights, they also have a moral obligation to respect the rights of others, fostering ethical behavior and societal harmony. Yes, moral responsibility. That's what freedom is. Freedom is just another word for responsibility. The ability to respond. If you do not have the ability to respond, if I tie you up to a chair, let's say an electric chair for no reason. If I tie you to an electric chair, strap you in, and you do not have the ability to respond, then you don't have responsibility. Like, if you can't get out of the chair, how are you going to defend yourself and defend freedom if you don't have the ability to respond, if you don't have the responsibility? It's impossible. It's physically impossible. You can't do it. I'm going to stop here after this paragraph, but it says the AI is continuing on. Historical context. The roots of natural law can be traced back to ancient philosophy, with significant contributions from thinkers like Aristotle and later the Stoics. And I would like to add the Founding Fathers. The Founding Fathers believed and understood thoroughly the ideas of natural law. From thinkers like Aristotle, and I'm talking like Sam Adams, Manly P. Hall isn't a founding father, but I'm brain farting on the family. Sam Adams. Sam Adams is one of the OG founding fathers. From thinkers like Aristotle and later the Stoics. In the Middle Ages, philosophers such as Saint Thomas Aquinas further developed the concept, linking it to divine law and moral order. Aquinas argued that natural law is a participation in the eternal law of divine reason, guiding human behavior towards the common good. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, let's get to the Freedom Under Natural Law website so we can wrap this Chautauqua up. I don't know who's playing this music, but I need to tip them a few gold doubloons after this. Speaking of doubloons, did Rare finally take all my doubloons? No, they're still there. Okay. I'm totally out of my Sea of Thieves knowledge. So they totally updated the website. I'll start from the top and go all the way down. So strap in. Freedom Under Natural Law Conference. Ignite Hearts and Minds. This is a beautiful flyer, by the way. Oh, and hey, Greg, thanks for tuning in. I was going to say, I work at a photo center, or I don't work at a photo center. I'm a cashier at a store, a pharmacy. I printed some of these flyers, and I have the flyer. I have this Freedom Under Natural Law Ignite Hearts and Minds flyer posted in the break room, so hopefully my coworkers will tune into the Freedom Under Natural Law Conference. You know, in a perfect world where we're surrounded by human beings who care about freedom and who care about rights and care about doing the right thing because it is the right thing to do. But realistically, there's probably not one person in that entire building who will tune into this conference. Appreciate you guys. For those of you who are tuning in later, but I'm going to keep reading here. Freedom Under Natural Law Conference, Ignite Hearts and Minds, February 21st and 22nd, 2026, here on YouTube. You can also find it on the Freedom Under Natural Law website. It will be streaming on YouTube. It will be streaming on the OneGreatWorkNetwork.com. It's a website created by Mark Passio, all about freedom, with various content creators who study under the idea of natural law. Okay, a Freedom Under Natural Law, what is it? It's a free 2-day online event with presenters to inspire actions towards truth, love, and freedom. Featured presenters are very good Beagle Eye Visions, very good friend of Beagle Eye Visions, Brandon Martin. He's a co-host of Cubbyhole Podcast. I have a whole entire Cubbyhole Podcast playlist on here on Beagle Eye Visions. If you have not listened to that Cubbyhole Podcast, please do yourself a favor. Go listen to that podcast, or go listen to that playlist on this Beagle Eye Vision YouTube channel. Brandon Martin, Nate Cap, the host of Cubbyhole Podcast. Freaking love Cubbyhole Podcast. Still to this day, Nate Cap is doing fantastic, absolutely divine work on Freedom Under Natural Law. Shout out to Nate Cap. I am so excited for his presentation. He has a very chill, very relaxed demeanor. He's not like me and Mark Passio where we get fired up and we get pissed off talking about these topics. You know, we'll start screaming in our microphones talking about freedom. But Nate Cap, he's very chill. He's very grounded. Love Nate Cap. His work is very chill, which makes it very easy to listen to, right? Like Manly P. Hall, I mentioned him earlier. Manly P. Hall's work is very monotone. There's no vitriol. It's just matter of fact, just like this, you know. This is the information that we are presenting. Natural law is going to lead to freedom. Right? I love it. Love Nate Cap. Same with Chris Jansen, another featured presenter. Chris Jansen, Leslie Powers, Cynthia Mitchell, Tyler Bloyer, James Cordner. I fucking love James Cordner. Soul Expression. Soul Expression is going to be doing some hip-hop, too, so there's going to be some music. If you're into, Most human beings love music. I freaking love music. He's going to be doing some hip-hop. Real hip-hop, too, I might add. Higher Infinite Power Healing Our People. Jerry Cabazzuto. She is the host of Sound Path to Freedom, a natural law music festival that sprung up out of nowhere last year. What was that, November? I think it was November, October, sometime in the fall, maybe. Jerry Cabazzuto, she's going to be presenting. Very excited to hear her. Always excited to hear from the Sacred Feminine. Leslie Powers, too. I already mentioned her name. Corey Engelot. Derek Bartoluccelli. Love Derek Bartoluccelli. He's over in... he's not in America. He doesn't live in America, but he is very much a patriot. Love Derek Bartoluccelli. Kat Waters. I haven't heard from Kat Waters in a long time. I haven't seen... I think she did a presentation during the last Freedom Under Natural Law last year. I can't remember off the top of my head, but Catherine Waters, I love her. She's an absolute legend. She's always talking about health and treating, taking care of the body, right? Taking care of the individual self. They say, I can't think of the quote. But anyways, sorry, I brain farted again. I'm going to keep moving on. Brandon Spencer. Absolute legend, dude. Brandon Spencer is very chill, but Brandon Spencer has the capacity to get pissed. He's got that fire. He's very articulate with his language. Brandon Spencer takes natural law very seriously. I have high respect for all of these. All of these guys are absolute legends, by the way. But absolutely love Brandon Spencer. His work is phenomenal. And when Brandon Spencer gets fired up, me and Mark when we get pissed off, or especially, I don't know about Mark so much, but I can speak for myself. When I get pissed off and I get angry talking about ICE, talking about these terrorists and these immoral psychopaths, I tend to stumble over my words, and the anger, can't read the material correctly. But when Brandon Spencer gets angry, he is flawless, dude. When he gets pissed off and fired up, he's it's just phenomenal. It's phenomenal, so inspiring. Dan Arnold used to be a police officer a few years ago. He was looking at how disgusting of a cesspool this country has become in the last few years. This man quit his job as a police officer, and now he is talking about natural law on his YouTube channel. He's talking about natural law on, Freedom Under Natural Law, obviously. He's talking about freedom. He's talking about what true freedom is and how we can get there, and then how we can defend it. Dan Arnold is talking about real solutions, and the fact that he quit his job as an order-following coward and redeemed himself and is now talking about freedom and natural law is amazing, dude. That takes balls. That takes courage. That fucking takes serious cojones. He said, fuck you. I'm not going to take your fucking paycheck because you guys are immoral assholes, and I'm not going to do it, whether I have to suffer or not. I don't care if I'm going to starve myself. I'm not working for this immoral constitution, and I'm going to start talking about what real freedom is. Love Dan Arnold. What a fucking badass, dude. Stefana Johnson. She's another amazing speaker, Sacred Feminine. She's been teaching her kids. She's been going through her What on Earth is Happening podcast, Mark Passio's podcast. She's been teaching each episode and breaking down each episode with her sons. And then after they listen to the episode, they get on the internet and they live stream. She live streams with her kids, and they talk about what they learned through each episode. They've been having an amazing series. I love Stefana Johnson. She came out of nowhere the last few years talking about natural law. She did some interviews with Dennis Gilmore, too. Dennis Gilmore is an author who sent me a free copy of his book, by the way, and I did a book review because, new book review every first of the month in case this is your first time here at Beagle Eye Visions. Man, I love these guys. All of these guys are absolute legends. And Conrad Ragose, look up Conrad Ragose on YouTube. Do yourself a favor. Conrad Ragose's content, if you like this, if this gets you fired up, this freedom content, Conrad Ragose, over on his YouTube channel. Phenomenal work. His work is huge. Love his work. Oh. Oh, back to the Trump voice. But love you. I love you, Conrad Ragos, man. And he's kind of my age. You know, he's kind of like the younger, you know, like millennial generation talking about natural law. Same with Corey Andrelot. You know, us three are all in the same age group. Will Keller, phenomenal, absolute legend. Will Keller is a father. He's a very astute researcher. Will Keller does the Ostara water, the hydrogen water program. I really want to get an Ostara water bottle so I can get hydrogen into my body and I need to work on treating my body a lot better. Drinking hydrogen water because water is very important. You know, our bodies are like 98% water. The earth is like 98% water, you know, as above, so below. Getting into the Hermetica there. We're going to keep going. I'm going to take a drink here. Actually, while I'm talking about freedom and natural law, this conference is called Ignite, so I might... Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually... Accidentally, is my mouth moving? Hello? Hello? Alright, accidentally pressed the button. So, since this is Freedom Under Natural Law 5, Ignite, I'm going to go ahead and set my ship on fire while I'm talking about Freedom Under Natural Law. And we'll watch my ship burn together, because it's always fun. God, this game is gorgeous. Hopefully, do I have torch bombs? Cannot wait. I cannot wait. Like I said, I requested Freedom Under Natural Law, requested that conference, the 2 days off. I'm going to be in there. I'm going to be in the chat. I expect to see all of you guys in the chat. Come hang out. The chat is fun. There's a lot of goofballs in there. You know, even if... There's cool people even hanging out in the chat. There's always cool, interesting individuals hanging out in the chat. Sometimes you did get trolls, right? It's the internet. There's always going to be trolls. Actually, let me launch some fireworks here to celebrate Freedom Under Natural Law, since I got some fireworks in my inventory. God, I love this game. I'm going to stream on Twitch for sure. So after this Chautauqua, I'm going to head on over to Twitch and make some money on Sea of Thieves. I'll actually be a pirate. Well, actually, I'm being a pirate right now, talking about freedom in the tavern. You know, can't be any more of a pirate than that, talking about freedom. This is why I love Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves, if you study the allegory, if you study the storyline, it's all about freedom. That's what being a pirate is all about. It's about the freedom. Ooh, got some Beagle Eye Green there. All right. And for some more green language while I'm loading up these fireworks. Another way to break down a word, which it always makes people like open their eyeballs, you know, when you're 4th of July. I'm always saying this constantly. 4th of July. What is 4th of July known as here in America? It's known as Independence Day, right? Freedom. Whoa, get drunk, go light fireworks, make loud boom boom noises, because boom boom, fireworks go boom. Get drunk to celebrate freedom, right? Well, break down the green language, the emerald language of independence. Independence, right? Like a drug addict. A drug addict is independence, right? If a drug addict or an alcoholic doesn't get the alcohol, they're independence. They're independence of the alcohol. So why on earth we're celebrating the freedom of our country, right? We're celebrating the birthday of the independence of our country. Why? But we're still independents. Who are we independent of? England? Because we still get taxed on every single vehicle we pay? You know, England tried to tax the tea. We took that tea and threw it in the Boston fucking harbor. We said, fuck you. You're going to tax your tea? Go fuck yourself. We don't need your tea. We don't need your tax. Go to hell. You know, come and tax me, right? Like, you see that on some dudes, Chevy or Ford or Dodge, you know, Cummins pickup truck, right? You always see that, come and vax me, come and, fucking inbred hillbillies think they know what freedom is. But anyways, freedom under natural law. We're gonna ignite hearts and minds. Hopefully, so that's the idea, you know. Oh, doesn't always work that way, but. All right, while that's burning down slowly. Back to freedom under natural law. Okay, it says Mark. Let me take a drink. It says mark your calendars for February 21st to 22nd, 2026. Join us for Freedom Under Natural Law 5. Ignite Hearts and Minds, a powerful 2-day online gathering of truth seekers, natural law teachers, conscious artists. This free event is dedicated to inspiring real-world action towards truth, love, and freedom. We need your help to share this event far and wide. That is a fact. 2 days of truth speakers, presentations, music, and much more. Jerry Cabazzuto, like I already said, James Cordner, legend. Conrad Ragoz. There is not a single ugly person on this platform. I mean, all these guys are the most handsome dudes, gorgeous women. Oh my gosh, Stefana Johnson, Tyler Bloyer, that's okay. I recognize him. Tyler's a BA, dude, fucking legend. Woody Martin, Apophysis, love Apophysis. Brendan Daniels musical performance, 33. I'm so excited. The Funky Fathers. Joe Murray's playing. I didn't know that. Oh, Presence is gonna be there. Theo Lux does amazing music. Oh, I'm so fired up. I thought there was only gonna be a few musical artists. Brandon Martin, Brandon Spencer, Catherine Waters. God, I love her. Chris Jansen, Corey Angelot, Cynthia Mitchell. She's a newer freedom speaker. Dan Arnold, there he is. David Rodriguez, the comedian, love him. Derek Bartolocelli, Jerry Cabazzuto, James Cordner, Conrad Ragoz, Leslie Powers, Nate Cap, Soul Expression, YouTube, Expression of Love, Stefana Johnson, StefanaJohnson.com, Tyler Bloyer.com, Will Keller, WillKeller.com, Woody Martin, ArtsWill.com. Apophysis, they're good. Okay, again, Brendan Daniel, love his music. 33 is going to be dropping bars. Funky Fathers, Joe Murray. Speaking of the Funky Fathers, I plan on covering one of the Funky Fathers. I'm going to record a cover because I learned one of the Funky Fathers songs. I'm going to do a cover of that song. I'll do it here on the YouTube channel. I got a brand new guitar. It's freaking gorgeous. That's why I keep working. You got to pay that guitar off. And I used my credit card to buy the guitar, of course, so, you know, right? Gotta be an adult. What is the Freedom Under Natural Law mission? Our mission, to serve truth, to protect and respect nature and all forms of life, to live in accordance with immutable and universal principles of natural law, to share our knowledge and wisdom in the most efficient way possible, starting with our own children, while continuing to improve ourselves and applying this knowledge. Oh, the fire went out, I just noticed. While continuing to improve ourselves and applying this knowledge into concrete actions. To help and support the self-sustainable communities of the future who live by the principles of natural law with a deep understanding of the objective difference between right and wrong, and who support freedom, creativity, individual expression, and holistic health. It's beautiful. All right, that's the end of the website. We're going to watch this ship. We're going to watch it burn because this is freedom under, or not, this isn't. I really want to upgrade my computer. I need to make a presentation. I'm going to make a presentation on the power of books. Why we need books. That's going to be my first presentation ever. I have the notes. I have the outline in my computer. I really just need to upgrade my computer. So if you want to support the channel, use code BeagleEyeVision at w.gg for 10% off your entire purchase. And, you know, that takes like business days in order for me to get paid. and to get my amount from your purchase. It takes it's a process. So if you really want to support this channel, you can Cash App, money symbol, Beagle Eye, find the logo. It'll go straight to my account. If you want to donate, or if you want me to buy a book, if there's a book review, I do a new book review every first of the month. If there's a book you want me to review, send me the money for Cash App and I will buy it. You know, if you send me a message like, hey, Henry, I want you to do a book review of this book. Here's the money to do it. I will use that money to order the book. Or if you just want to buy me a coffee or a beer or whatever, that's all good too. Make sure all of these names that I just listed out, make sure you're checking out these guys, because these guys are the founding fathers of the modern day. I mean, Conrad Ragoz, Leslie Powers, the Funky Fathers. These guys are all absolute legends, and their work is so powerful. Their work is so freaking profound. I could literally talk about them all freaking day, but you know, people's attention spans are destroyed. So that wouldn't get me too many views. You know, and even talking about freedom and truth, that doesn't even get me too many views, because I don't know why. Maybe I'm too offensive or something. I don't freaking know. The Freedom Under Natural Law Conference, and thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so freaking much for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. Ta-da! Yeah, keep fighting the good fight. I'm gonna go head on over to Twitch and continue. I haven't made any money in Sea of Thieves all week, and I feel like a really bad pirate. So I'm gonna play some Sea of Thieves. Actually play Sea of Thieves, not sit in the tavern like a pirate. So I'll be streaming on over to Twitch. Switch on over to Twitch, Beagle Eye Visions. I'll be streaming about 10-15 minutes. If this ship will ever freaking sink. Make sure you check out the Cubbyhole podcast playlist. I was updating that playlist, but you know, YouTube restricted one of my episodes on the Cubbyhole podcast because they were talking about the tyranny of the medical industry, and that's all I'll say on that before this video gets flagged and slapped and taken down off the internet, because you know, yep, this platform does not like freedom. There it goes. There she goes. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you if you made it this far. I want to see you guys in the chats at Freedom Under Natural Law. So go find me on Twitch. I'm going to be switching over to Twitch, playing some Sea of Thieves, get my content creator hours in. And stay tuned and stay gold, everybody. Beagle Eye Vision signing off.